we've got a front kind of dancing around our region. Tonight through maybe Tuesday night, we should start clearing out Wednesday. And Thursday looks like a decent day with high pressure firmly in control, but then we could see some rain chances sneak back in to the picture on Friday, late Friday into maybe parts of our weekend. Again, I'm Cameron Walker for CapWeatherGang.com. My latest forecast is at CWG.news/latest. There's my PM update, and we talk about how radar is active this evening. And let me show you that right now. We've got the northern neck kind of east of Fredericksburg receiving much of the heaviest activity tonight, and I'm really glad to see some of this rain activity around the Delmarva. We do need the rain there. We still have some drought persisting along the Delmarva, so that is some good news. And here it is, our front that's dancing throughout the region. Here it is tonight, kind of a warm front that's moved through. Tomorrow kind of stalls over us, keeping those rain chances alive, and then it tries to sink south of us Tuesday night. That trough is still persisting, keeping rain chances in the picture probably through Tuesday night, if not early Wednesday. Now, with the front kind of dancing quasi-stationary throughout the region, rain chances, yes, remain in the picture Monday, Tuesday, maybe early Wednesday. Right now, it looks like the rain chances want to focus on maybe Tuesday midday into very early Wednesday, but we do have enough question marks, kind of a low enough confidence with some of the motions of this quasi-stationary front that moves north of us as it has today as a warm front, kind of stalls out, moves back south of us maybe Monday night as a cold front. The timings and the kind of heaviness of the precipitation, that is going to leave a couple reasons for you to keep tuned to CapWeatherGang.com this week. But overall, these rain chances are kind of front-loaded on our work week. We should have some clearing Wednesday, and Thursday looks very darn nice. Rain totals overall not amounting to too much this work week, maybe about a half an inch in the luckiest of spots. All right, here is our longer and longer daylight, and it is getting later and later, 8:06 p.m. for our sunset tonight. I'm on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Please follow us on all three of our social media channels there. And look at that tree pollen report, still moderate, and I'm feeling some grasses today as well. I don't know if grass allergy sufferers are also feeling that as well. Happy Sunday, Peter and Kristen. Ruth Elisa, hello. Happy birthday to Ann as well. Julia, thanks so much for tuning in. You're most welcome. Glad to see you from YouTube, Julia. And Charlene, rain deficit we'll get to in just a moment. It is getting a little bit better. And David, good evening. Kenny, you got a half inch of rain today, I think, there in West Virginia. That's excellent. And Julia, maybe a couple embedded thunderstorms for, unfortunately, for your dogs if they don't like thunder and lightning. A couple embedded storms are possible in this rain shield tonight. Let's go into that one more time so you can see radar is active, especially as the shower and thunder shower activity moves from west to east tonight. But generally, things are calming down into midnight tonight. Can't rule out a kind of hit or miss shower or storm around town. But overall, this widespread shield of activity is pushing off to the east. So that is some good news. But it does remain, the rain chances remain for the beginning of our work week, if not into early Wednesday as well. Tuesday might be kind of the rainiest day. Thursday might be the chances of driest, sunniest conditions with high pressure and control then. The latest forecast right here, CWG.news/latest. My PM update goes into all the details of this dancing cold front, dancing all around our region, passing as a warm front northward today, stalling out tonight into tomorrow, and then passing southward there on Tuesday afternoon and evening as a cold front perhaps. So we do turn maybe drier and sunnier into the later part of the work week, and maybe getting a little unsettled again for Saturday. Here are temperatures kind of into the low to mid 80s by Saturday, but cannot rule out the chance for some unsettled conditions, some showers and storms as well. So please keep that in mind, and nothing to plan around, no washouts to really worry you about for your upcoming weekend plans, but just keep in mind we're watching the weekend for you with a few question marks here and there. All right, yep, David, looks decent to travel on Friday. I would kind of do earlier the better for your your Friday travels. So please keep that in mind. Yep, Kenny says come down water. He indeed wants that to keep coming down. I don't blame you, indeed. All right, one nice day, says Alan, then back to nasty. Well, it's at least not too muggy after kind of the cold front moves through Tuesday night, so that's some good news. We don't stay muggy for too long. And Scott, I'm glad, thanks for tuning in from YouTube, that it's calming down there in Bristow. Nice moderate showers today for the trees and the lawn. I love that. Indeed, David, we do need this rain. So let's look at the rain deficit now, since you and Charlene have both kind of hit on that. Yellows and oranges are below, well below 100% of where we should be by this point in the year. Greens and blues are above 100% of what you would normally expect in rainfall levels for this point in the year. Now you can see the wet spots, kind of not as many as some of our dry spots, but the good news is since our recent rains, we've cut down on the deeper oranges, which are much more serious and more drought-inducive in our region. So we need less and less in the rain amount category to kind of get us back to where we should be for break-even by this point in the year since January 1st. All right, let's see. We've got everyone tuning in. I really appreciate it. Scott, David, Alan, we're on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. Let me make sure you follow us on all three of our channels there. Right here is our daylight, getting longer and longer toward those longest days of the year, the summer solstice. I'm on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Please make sure you follow me there on CapitalWeatherGang.com 24/7, anytime you need us. And yes, allergy sufferers, we still have a little bit of tree pollen around. It's moderate, and those grasses are getting going this time of year as well. But you know what? Look at that. Over 14 hours of daylight from sunrise to sunset. That's pretty darn awesome. As we get toward 14 hours and 54 minutes right around the summer solstice in, gosh, is that 5.5 weeks time? Crazy to think about. That summer is almost here on the calendar. So it's kind of appropriate that we're maybe hitting 80 degrees tomorrow and maybe low to mid-80s for your kind of sneak preview on Saturday. We could see low to mid-80s, even with a few clouds and shower chances around, perhaps a little unsettled on Saturday. But there's still time for this to change, so don't worry too much about planning around much rain at this point. For Saturday, things could still change for your weekend. Looking further ahead, no clear signal either way in the temperature category for next work week, whether we will be above or below average. And then the signal, a little bit of a wet signal south of town for maybe above average precipitation next work week, so that's encouraging. We could hopefully get a little bit wetter around and south of town into Virginia. We definitely could use the rain with some of the spots of drought still persisting, but this map has much improved in the last 3 weeks. I think you'll agree. Still persistent there in the Delmarva, especially the Virginia portion of the Delmarva. We could use a good dousing there. And we need some out near Winchester and just east of D.C. In kind of the Tidewater area of Virginia and even Maryland near the Bay. We could use a little bit more rain there as well. But as you can see, it's only D1 drought, the moderate drought. So nothing to be too concerned about. But I'm sure when we look at rainfall year to date as a percentage, kind of the deeper oranges, that kind of matches where I bet you gardeners and farmers are having to water a little bit more. Now, if this rain deficit keeps persisting without much replenishment of water, which so far we're kind of doing okay, especially with tonight's rain as well, then we could develop an expansion of some of these drought areas that we've dented recently. And we'll have to watch this. We'll have to watch if we have an expansion of these abnormally dry conditions in yellow or the moderate drought in orange. Now, as you may have seen in my PM update yesterday at CapitalWeatherGang.com, kind of the fun improvement trifecta for gardeners and farmers is we're past the median average dates of last frosts, last freezes. So most of us, almost all of us, can plant those sensitive vegetables and plants with pretty much medium high to high confidence, especially looking ahead at the weather in the next medium term. We don't see a high risk of frosts or freezes coming. So please, I love the gardeners, and you have started putting in those tomatoes in the soil, and you're very happy about it. So that's some great news. We're finally getting into a point where we have some decent amounts of rain in the soil, and we're past our last frost and freezes. Hello from Portland, Gary. Thanks so much for tuning in. 74 degrees there. I hope you got out and enjoyed that, Gary. That's fantastic. Laura, you planted your veggie seedlings today. Finally glad to see the end of that chilly, gloomy weather. And hey, Nancy, thanks for tuning in. Rain this evening. Did you get some? We maybe should get more this week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, especially Tuesday night, have some decent rain chances, Nancy. And hopefully you saw and felt on radar some of this rain that moved from west to east throughout the region. Can't rule out more stray showers, maybe a thunderstorm later tonight into the midnight hour, but generally this organized rain shield is moving out to sea, out into the Atlantic. Indeed, Marie, you've been coddling some artichokes. I'm glad you're getting those outside. But indeed, forecast at a glance, front dancing throughout the region Monday, Tuesday, maybe early Wednesday, keeping us a little bit unsettled at times. Maybe carry that small umbrella, from tonight, tomorrow, Tuesday, into Tuesday night, and maybe even early Wednesday. I would still kind of hinge one question mark with this frontal system that's kind of dancing through our region as a warm front and then kind of stationary front, and then sinking back south as a cold front. By Tuesday night, it looks like we kind of have question marks on the exact timing and when we'll fully clear out kind of these rain chances Tuesday night into early Wednesday as it stands now. But please stay tuned to CapitalWeatherGang.com as we get further into the middle part of this week. It remains to be seen as if we can raise our confidence on this forecast as we get a little bit closer to the middle part of this week. All right, let me know if you have any questions or comments. I'm Camden Walker for CapitalWeatherGang.com. Here's a precipitation animation for the first part of this week when we have kind of this dancing frontal system in our region, keeping some rain chances for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, especially Tuesday into Tuesday night as it stands now. But we'll keep you posted at CapitalWeatherGang.com as we get closer. Gary, I love that emoji. And Charlene, the rest of your veggies and fruits are moving out of the sunroom into the garden beds this week. That's excellent. I think that's a good move, Charlene. And tropics, I think we are finally, Scott, forecasting from the National Hurricane Center a below-average tropical season starting on June 1, but we will keep you posted on that. Nothing active in the tropical Atlantic as it stands now. And Gary, you have a great week. And Maria, hello. Thanks so much for tuning in from Facebook. All right, rain totals. This week, hopefully adding up to another half-inch of rain, if I can pull up my map. There we go. Half-inch of rain looks possible for maybe the work week. These rain chances are mainly focused on Tuesday and Tuesday night as it stands now, but we can't rule out a shower Monday, Tuesday, early Wednesday. Thursday looks like the driest, sunniest day perhaps of this work week as it stands now. We've got to get this front kicked out of here before we can kind of raise confidence on our forecast. And then we could see a few more raindrops on Friday. Included in this is maybe the potential for a few Friday raindrops as well, but nothing as it stands now worth planning around. So just stay tuned and monitor that with us as we get closer to Friday. All right, so we've got daylight over 14 hours now from sunrise to sunset. I'm on 3 channels simulcasting to you right now, our Facebook, our Twitter, and our YouTube. There's our quick short addresses for you to follow us on our 3 social media channels there. And of course, anytime you need us, we're at CapitalWeatherGang.com. And allergy sufferers, I'm still expressing solidarity with you, with trees and grasses. Good old spring. It is still here, and it is getting good with some rain and some warmth in our region. Can't really rule out those allergies, feeling them for this upcoming week as well. Looking ahead to the weekend, low to mid 80s are possible. Maybe some unsettled conditions, sprinkle in some raindrops being possible, but there's still time for that to change as we get closer. Lori, good. With the rain, you were sneezing less today. That's great, Gary. You take care as well. And indeed, David, we're hoping that we can get a below-average season to come to fruition in the tropical Atlantic. Ruth Elisa, you're most welcome. And Nancy, dew points are going to kind of oscillate up and down. This upcoming week is what I think I can attest to. Will be muggy for the next 12 hours or so. We should get a small break into the middle part of this week as rain chances kind of go down by Wednesday. But I do think Friday to Saturday dew points will feel them in that more humid atmosphere again by the end of this week. And all right, Marie, you're most welcome. And Kristen, I appreciate you as well. Thanks for tuning in so much. Looking further ahead into next work week, no clear signal if on temperatures will we be above average or below average. Remains to be seen. So, the outlook kind of remains with options on both sides of the coin of below average or above average. Now, keep in mind we're getting warmer and warmer into this part of spring with our average high temperatures now kind of in the mid, even upper 70s. And Gary, indeed, pollen in Maine just getting on your cars. I love that. Precipitation for next work week may be above average, which would be great news to kind of keep these abnormally dry spots in check and keep our droughts, which has become more spotty and dented, in the mid-Atlantic, kind of under control. And here's the rainfall deficit since January 1st. Dry spots in the yellows and oranges, wet spots in the greens and blues. And I bet most gardeners and farmers, you can correspond your daily watering habits, whether or not you are in the greens or the oranges. But the good news is we are keeping those darker oranges at bay. We've even eliminated some of them recently, and that's why drought has become more spotty and only moderate D1 level drought in our region. It's become spotty, but yes, yellows are still there, indicating plenty of abnormally dry spots. But this map is much improved in the last 2 weeks. We have indeed had some welcome soakings and good rains, and gardeners and farmers even more happy, as I've talked to you on the blog comments this weekend at capitalweathergang.com and here tonight on our weekly Sunday Sunset Chat. I love that gardeners are getting excited with the last frost and freezes behind us, and it is really good news. We can finally plant those tomatoes that you all have been getting excited about, and any other sensitive items, flowers, fruits, vegetables can get out into that soil, out of your sunrooms and greenhouses. I love it. I'm Cameron Walker on the air another 4 minutes or less. My latest forecast, my PM update, is at CWG.news/latest on the blog anytime. We're at capitalweathergang.com. And Nancy, good indeed. We should have some drier air moving in. I hope we can keep those dew points 60 degrees or less so we don't feel too much of that muggy, humid air this week. But there will be some oscillating because, first off, we've got, and I can keep my link up there for the CWG.news/latest. This rain shield is moving from west to east tonight. Rain chances are going down through the midnight hours tonight, but can't rule out a spotty shower or storm. But this raises our soil moisture. Low levels are not very windy tonight, so there could be some patchy fog as well that I've detailed in my latest forecast here on the blog. And this sets the stage for maybe some muggy higher dew points in the near term, so you could still feel it a little bit humid out there as this front dances around with us. Here's Monday, it's stationary. Tuesday, it tries to pull south of us, but there's still a trough of low pressure. Here's today's animation part where it's a warm front, and that brought us warmth well into the 70s and that muggier air from the south. But it is going to move south, it's moving northeastward tonight, stalls over us, keeping those rain chances alive tomorrow, pulls back south as a kind of cold front on Tuesday, hopefully drying us out on Wednesday with some sunshine, some drier dew points, so there's less humid air coming in. And indeed, brush off the sticky PowerPoint, David, indeed, PowerPoint presentation. I got to find, our good old Washington Post scale of those sticky dew points as we get into summer, but I'm not willing to do that just yet. All right, animation quickly showing you the spottiness of the showers and storms, mainly concentrated Tuesday into Tuesday night as it stands now, but we'll keep you posted if kind of the texture and the timing of these rain chances change Monday through maybe early Wednesday. We just got to kick this dancing frontal system out of the region by the middle part of this week, and we should have a dry Thursday. Maybe some raindrops on Friday, but they don't add up to too much overall. Here's your work week totals, kind of in the half-inch range. Most of this rain falls Tuesday to Tuesday night as it appears now. And, of course, daylight now over 14 hours. So evening light lovers, you're loving the 8:06 p.m. sunset. We're after 8 o'clock now. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. So thanks for following us on all three of these social media channels. Anytime you need us, we're at capitalweathergang.com. Allergy sufferers, still solidarity with you. I am feeling those trees and grasses right now. So you hang in there, take one or two of those allergy regimens that you need, as I have been doing. And Nancy, thanks so much. You're very kind. Thanks so much for tuning in. And here it is, a sneak preview of your Saturday. Looking warm, low to mid-80s. And I hope I can eliminate those raindrop chances for the end of this week. But stay tuned to capitalweathergang.com as we get closer. And temperatures next week, leaning kind of in a neutral area, not above average, not below average. So we need to see where we end up next work week. But even if we kind of land around the average category, mid-upper 70s, not too bad. Precipitation has an encouraging signal, especially south of town, leaning above average in precipitation for next work week. That could continue to help eliminate this rainfall deficit, or at least dent our kind of medium-term rainfall deficit. Year-to-date percentages here, where we should be under 50% in the darker oranges, but those spots are getting fewer and far between. Wetter than 100% of rain where we should be this time of year in the greens and the blues. And that means with less rainfall deficit, we also have less drought in our region. Yes, some yellows with the abnormally dry continue to persist in our region, but look at those D1, just the first level of moderate drought. Those are much more patchy than we used to get this time of year. I love that, Maria. Let me take a quick sip of tea before I go off the air. Oh, Jen, you're very kind. Thanks for that. And Maria, indeed, tea already makes me feel better. So, yep, indeed, some good rooibos there for me. And what else do I have for you? Gardeners and farmers, you will love that we're past the average last dates of our last frosts, last freezes. So plant those sensitive vegetables in the ground, those sensitive plants, those tomatoes. I'm very happy to see you all celebrating on capitalweathergang.com on the comment section and here on our chat tonight that we've got, a really good kind of trifecta with more rains, frost and freezes behind us, and the drought is under control for the moment. So I hope gardeners and farmers have a really good week planting those plants in the soil that you've been waiting to do. And I hope all of you take care this week. Let me leave you with our forecast at a glance. Here's radar really quick, moving that rain off to the bay and the ocean from west to east tonight, but still spotty showers and storms are possible behind this shield of rain, this kind of mesocyclonic system as it moves through. But rain chances can't be ruled out tomorrow. Still drier, still pretty warm, even warmer than it was today. A little bit muggy to start, but Tuesday rain chances might be the highest rain chances of the week. Let's see if we can kind of keep Wednesday morning free of rain. It remains to be seen. A couple question marks there on the timing of this dancing frontal system. If we can kick it out of here late Tuesday night and early Wednesday, that sets the stage for a lovely end to our week with maybe a couple raindrops Friday into Saturday. We'll keep you posted. Take care, Charlene, David. I really appreciate seeing you all again for our weekly Sunday Sunset Chat, and I'll see you all next week. Bye for now.